The statement, I think, about the NSA meeting with his counterpart. I think that was what you're referring to. Look, we have already issued a readout of the conversation, but your question, I think, was specific to a meeting, refers to a Bali meeting. Now, if you would recall that during the Bali G20 summit last year, we had said, and Foreign Secretary, I remember, had a briefing, that Prime Minister and President Xi Jinping, at the conclusion of that dinner, hosted by the Indonesian president, they exchanged courtesies and also spoke of the need to stabilize our bilateral relations. As you are aware, we have steadfastly maintained that the key to resolution of this whole issue is to resolve the situation along the LAC on the western sector of the India-China boundary and to restore peace and tranquility in the border areas. So that's what would be my response to that. Reza, your question regarding stapled visas, you mean yesterday evening or yesterday night's development? Look, on that issue, let me just take you back. This has been something that we have discussed many years ago. Our long-standing and consistent position is that there should be no discrimination or differential treatment on the basis of domicile or ethnicity in the visa regime for Indian citizens holding valid Indian passports. It has come to our notice that stapled visas were issued to some of our citizens representing the country in an international sporting event in China. This is unacceptable, and we have lodged our strong protest with the Chinese side, reiterating our consistent position on the matter. And India reserves the right to suitably respond to such actions. Yashi, on your question, look, on the Parliamentary Standing Committee, this is the 22nd, I think, committee report. There are parliamentary conventions and we cannot comment on recommendations. There is a process under which we will respond to the recommendations made by the Parliamentary Standing Committee in all its depth. They made a number of recommendations on various aspects, particularly neighbourhood first as well as our other relationships. So I'm afraid today won't be an opportune or correct time for me to comment on that. Our position on, of course, relations with Pakistan is well known, but let us wait for what the ministry will formally convey to Parliament. I think that would be the right way of going about it. कौन सा वाला? मैंने जैसे कहा आपको कि पार्लियामेंट्री, जैसे यशी को कहा भी कि पार्लियामेंट्री स्टैंडिंग कमेटी की रिपोर्ट के बारे में वो प्रश्न था, ये उचित नहीं होगा उनका कि हम अभी इस पे कोई जवाब दें, क्योंकि उसकी एक नियम और एक सिस्टम रहता है उनका कि हमें जवाब पार्लियामेंट को ही देना पड़ता है, पार्लियामेंट स्टैंडिंग कमेटी को ही देना पड़ता है, तो उसके लिए वेट कर लें. पाकिस्तान पे हमारा क्या रवैया और किस तरह से कोऑपरेशन करता है ये तो सबको भली बात ही मालूम है, पर पार्लियामेंट के जो स्पेसिफिक रिकमेंडेशन है इसके बारे में डिटेल रिस्पांस हम पार्लियामेंट को ही दे पाएंगे. अभी उस पर कमेंट करना उचित नहीं होगा. Ayushi, your question, I wasn't sure what you exactly had in mind, because look, this issue has been coming, once every now and then it pops up. We haven't heard too many new cases, except of course there was a statement by our mission in Yangon, but let me refer you actually to the statement that has been made. I think it was in Rajya Sabha, was it? Yes, day before, or was it Lok Sabha yesterday? I forget. We have answered a statement where we've given a sense of the numbers. In Myanmar, how many have been, repatriated or rescued from there. How many are still, stuck is very difficult to estimate, and I would not like to speculate, and we have discussed this in the past. But over 200, I think 290 odd numbers were talked about that actually come back. Similarly from Cambodia, Laos, so different routes that's happening. But I would refer you, since Parliament is in session, to refer you to our, the Parliament question that was responded to. I think that would give you an exact picture of what is happening on that.
From breaking news, detailed analysis, in-depth interviews and explainers, follow the Times of India. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like our videos and hit the bell icon to stay updated with the latest.